NuttyChef again, and this is episode 27 on the Diamond Society server. Well, last episode we made this cool looking blacksmith building so we can get our villagers, our blacksmith villagers, like the armor and the toolsmith and the weaponsmith, to come into here so we can trade with them. And it turned out pretty cool. We stole the roof from Cortezarino's witch hut building down there, and it turns out looking pretty cool, I reckon. And this episode I've got a new idea I want to do. I've been wanting to do it for a while. It's gonna be like a kelp farm, like XP farm with furnaces, so that you can store the XP in the furnaces and then like get it to repair your tools and stuff like that. So I've got a design, so let's go over to the test world and I'll show ya. Alrighty, so here we are. This is it right here. I wanted to make my own design, but I didn't want to use flying machines, because after that pumpkin farm where I used flying machines, it's just super annoying when you leave and then come back and the flying machine's broken or stuck and you've got to like break it down and then rebuild it back where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I wanted to make one without flying machines. So I thought we could use pistons and slime blocks. And what I thought, to cover more area, we could use double piston extenders with the slime blocks. And that way, like if we used one piston and 12 slime blocks, that would be 12 plants. But if we use two pistons and 11 slime blocks, that's 22 plants. So I've got these double piston extenders here, and they're all hooked up to this one thing here. This cactus is what makes the farm go, as you can see there. I kind of got that idea off Tango Tech, and he had a similar design to this of his kelp farm, except his was a bit different. Basically the plants grow, they come up here, they go into this water, and the water like falls down this way, and then they slide over this ice and into the hoppers. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, this cactus makes the whole thing go. And then these bits on the side here are basically just pulse extenders to make the pulse of the observer like a little bit longer, so it's more like a button press, so that the pistons can do their thing properly. And yeah, it goes pretty good. So obviously I've only built one bay here, but all four of these would be just like this one. And then I thought of another design, because if we made them triple piston extenders and had 10 slime blocks on the end of it, then that would be 30 plants, which is more than this, which is 22. Then if we had like quad piston extenders, that would be 4 times 9, so that would be 36 plants. So if you keep going up, you could do a 6 times piston extender with 7 slime blocks on the end, and what would that be? 42 plants? 7 times 6, whatever that is, 42 I think. So I built a freaking triple piston extender, which was pretty cool, because I've tried to do stuff like that, like a piston extender before, and I just couldn't figure it out. It's pretty complicated. It took me a while, and it's very big, so I don't think I'll be building this design. But plus there's a problem up here. I couldn't get the water to flow any further than 2 blocks, so we can't collect the kelp any other way unless we had like another piston extender slime thing pushing the kelp across the top of the water, and it's just not really worth building all of that for that. So I think this design is still the best. But yeah, this triple piston extender is pretty cool. This is another one of it. I made it a bit better. It's super complicated to work out all the timings of how it's all going to go, but it does look pretty cool once it's done. I don't know what I could do with it though, not really much. But it is cool because it's all like behind this wall. You could build a wall here. It's like flush with the wall. But yeah, so that design's not very good. So I think I'll be going with this design. And then once we get the kelp, we can put it into our furnace. So here we go. So basically we put the kelp into here so that it smelts into dried kelp. And then I got the idea from Exuma we're going to have a double chest here. Because kelp gives you hardly any experience. So I think we're going to need 40 stacks of kelp to repair an item for 500 or so durability. So that's, if we put a double chest here, that's 2 rows is 18, 4 rows is 36, so 4 rows plus 4 slots of kelp is how much we need to smelt. So if I fill this up with, like if I put a double chest here and fill up, like leave 4 rows empty plus 4 slots here empty and fill up the rest here with items that have nothing to do with it, they're just to fill that slot up. Then once all this fills up with the dried kelp from being smelted, then we know that that furnace has enough experience in it for 500 durability. I'm pretty sure. That's what I worked out anyway. So, and then so the chest will fill up, this hopper will fill up, and then this will fill up here. And once that hopper's filled up, this comparator will give out a signal strength of 1, which will turn this light on to let us know that it's ready to, we take this out and we get all the experience. This has just got enough items in it to give it a signal strength of 14, which that's on subtract mode. So once that gets to 15, once that hopper's full, then it'll give out a signal strength of 1 to turn on the light. So I reckon we're ready to go. Let's go back to the Diamond Society world and build it. Okay guys, well, I've already built it. Well, the kelp farm part of it, not the furnace part. And here it is, snuggled nicely into the mountain here. And I spent overnight AFK. It looks pretty cool. And down here we've got some kelp waiting for us. And some gunpowder because I killed a creeper on top of the farm. So that's alright. So, but we need 4 rows and 4 slots. So up to here, all of this up to here is enough for 1 enchantment. So I AFK'd overnight. So that's like 8 hours worth of kelp right there. So it's probably going to take like 8 hours for one go, unless my calculations are wrong and it doesn't take that much kelp, but we'll see. So now it's time to build the furnaces. I think I'm going to do just 3 because I don't. This farm already looks like it's going to take 8 hours just to fill 1 furnace up, but if it does, I want a second and even a third furnace just in case to overflow into and start filling up the next furnace. So basically I think we can fit 3 of those furnace thingies in here. Those are the chests where the chests would go. So I've just got to build like an item elevator for the kelp to come up, and then run across the top of some hoppers that are going into the furnaces, and yeah, we should be done. And I'll come back after I've done that. Alrighty, I've got the system all up and running now. So here we go. So I've got 3 of the furnace thingies that I showed you in the test world. To be honest, I don't think this farm is going to be fast enough to keep up with 3, but we'll see how it goes. Basically, I just built a couple more just in case this one completely fills up. Then the items can travel across and start filling up the next one, and if that happens to fill up, then it can fill up another one. But yeah, basically it's just going through. I put all the hoppers pointing this way, and then down there you can just see there's a little dropper spitting out the items into this bubble column, and then they just go across the top here. So all the kelp is building up in the tops of here, and it's being smelted. And I've just started off with some blaze rods because I've got plenty of those from Cortez's blaze farm. But once we start smelting some kelp and we get our first experience from these, then we'll be taking the kelp out of here and crafting it into blocks and just putting the blocks back into here, so it'll be like a renewable energy source that we get XP from. So basically there's slots here that all the dried kelp's going to go into, and these are just filler blocks. And then so the ones in the chest plus these plus the one slot here is 40 slots for stacks of dried kelp to get smelted into. And once that furnace has done 40 stacks of kelp, that should be enough to like give us 500 durability. So that's enough to repair any piece of armor because they're all under 500 durability, but tools are 1500 durability, so it'll take about 3 furnace fulls of experience to fill up a tool. So I guess we'll have to wait till next episode to see how good this works. I'm not expecting miracles. Maybe next time I'll build a bigger kelp farm, and in 1.14 when that comes out there'll be bamboo, which is even better for this because you can just use it straight as a fuel source, I'm pretty sure. So you can automatically farm it and use that as the fuel source, so you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to craft blocks of kelp and put it back in. Like, you can just put bamboo straight in and everything would be automatic. But yeah, so I think I'll AFK overnight again and see if we can fill up 1 or 2 of these furnaces with experience. But I think that'll be it for today's episode. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.